Australia debates mature rating for loot boxes.
A proposal by the government of Australia would apply an R rating and 18+ restriction to video games containing simulated gambling. Games containing paid loot boxes would carry at a minimum a mature rating and 15+ restriction. It won't be illegal for minors to play these games, but it would be illegal for a minor to buy them.
I'd say that's going to be much harder to enforce in this day and age.
Oh, yeah.
It used to be that at the store, at the point of sale, someone was liable for selling the game to a minor.
Felt like trying to buy alcohol.
But
if you
now,
wanted to buy like Halo when you were underage or something. But yeah, if you're just digital distribution, it relies on parents to set up restrictions, and that's so uncommon.
that's another thing too. Back to the bubbles conversation we were having earlier, encountering other parents just with no tech savvy filter in my interactions. Discord?
Are you like
What's Discord?
the parent tech friend for your like the people at
I don't have time to
parents
be
at
the
school?
parent
Yeah,
tech
okay.
friend,
Yeah,
but
fair.
like, my kid was the first one with a Discord server so that I knew what everyone was talking about and could keep an eye on things.
I never even like thought about dealing with Discord.
Yeah. So anyway,
All right.
but yeah, so imagining that parents are practicing proper.
I've heard some of the usage statistics on those tools, and like they get used. They should keep being made, but it's not that common.
Yeah.
Which is kind of surprising to me because I would think that
You
our
mean like
generation,
parental controls?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's super easy on a lot of devices. Like Nintendo makes it really simple.
I think a lot of people just, here, kid, I bought you the thing. Have fun.
YOLO.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
Anyways.
especially with like the kind of stuff you can access on a phone in like 2 seconds.
Yeah. It's actually, the internet's crazy.
Does Safe Search even pretend to work anymore? Yeah, like I'm gonna try something. You go ahead
All
though.
right, sounds good. The average gambler using online casino games is typically 45 or older. However, research typically shows that gambling among teenagers is rising, and that teens exposed to gambling from a young age are more likely to struggle with a gambling addiction as adults. I wonder if the gambling among teenagers rising has anything to do with a lot of the gambling creators that have been rising up over the last few years. Over 80% of adults in Australia engage in some form of gambling. Whoa, the highest rate in the world. Okay, that makes sense. With around 1% of the population suffering serious consequences due to problem gambling. That's really high. Because I wonder what serious consequences means. It's probably actually like quite serious because that would require reporting. The change would affect many games that are currently rated G, such as FIFA. Ooh. But also games with gambling mini games, such as the slot machines in early gen Pokemon. Oh, I didn't even think about
Normalizing
that.
gambling with little kids is actually a huge problem.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they're trying to do something, but I do worry about what the effectiveness will be, where we're relying on.
A lot of open world games have some form of casino.
Sure. And where's the line between a loot box that is actually paid and a gambling-like or loot box-like game mechanic? I mean, is the entire game of Pokemon just a giant gambling machine?
Because of like walking in the grass, you don't know what
Just
you're going to find.
RNG.
It might take you 2 hours to get that Abra.
Yeah, and that you might be able to trade for real money with a friend.
Especially with internet connectivity. Yeah. They also go on to mention Stardew Valley. The thing that jumped into my head was Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah.
Like it's in Vegas. You can gamble in Fallout. Does that make it a gambling game? I wouldn't immediately think that, but it's interesting. Discussion question. If these kinds of laws become widespread, how would it affect game development? Should this be adopted elsewhere?
I mean,
like we just said.
it's been interesting.
No, you can go for it.
It's been interesting watching gambling get deregulated in real time in our lives.
Yeah, like watching like ads for sports. It's just constantly like, you want to gamble on the results of the game? Like, whoa. It was always under the table back alley stuff when we were growing up. And now it's like very in your face all the time.
Yeah, like it's kind of like going down to the States and every other ad on TV is for a pharmaceutical product.
That's
and you're like,
weird. Yeah.
It weirds me out. So you're not allowed to advertise pharmaceutical products in Canada. At least not in the same way that you can in the States. Like you won't just see a commercial on TV for Cialis or whatever. And so it's jarring. It's like really jarring. And in the same way, growing up as kids where gambling was a thing that, know your limit, play within it. I know the anti-gambling slogans far better than I know the gambling slogans. And as someone who hasn't had a TV service, like a paid TV service as an adult and can't see ads, whenever I do see a gambling ad, it's like, whoa, really? Like you could do that? I thought we actually invest like public funding in making sure people don't do that. But then, okay, sure. I get, all right. I guess that's how it works now. Right.
Yeah, it's odd. I do find just to jump on the pharmaceuticals thing, I know this has probably been memed to death, but it is so funny that like over half of the pharmaceutical ad is this gigantic disclaimer about how it can do horrible things to you. I always find that very entertaining.
Oh, the Canadian regulation, according to Twitch chat, which is very reliable, apparently you can say the medication name. Because as soon as I said that, I was like, no, I think I've seen a commercial for Cialis. You can say the name, you can say what it does, but not both.
Oh.
So it's kind of like, how alcohol commercials, sometime in our lifetime, they changed so you couldn't actually show people drinking it.
Oh.
You could show people holding it. You could show it being poured. You could show them having fun and being like, hot or whatever. But you couldn't actually...
you always see them fill the glass, but then they just stand there.
Yeah.
I never thought about this.
Yeah.
That's funny. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
I think it could definitely affect things. But I feel like this law would affect things significantly more if it was implemented, like you were saying earlier, when people were buying all of their games physically and in person.
Yeah. As it is now, you just VPN into whatever region deregulates it.
That
and game developers are not going to care. They're going to be like,
that.
What do I care if they do that? And then if we ever worked with a game developer, Luke would lose his shit because we're supporting bad people somehow.
I said you could do it anyways, and I don't need to agree with everything. I did not lose my shit. Oh, my goodness. I'm gonna take a shot back by talking about an AI topic.
Actually, hold on. No! Can I just try to defeat Safe Search in like?
Yes. Yeah.
Let's see how long it takes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with boobies, which presumably will be birds.
Birds. Okay. Good.
Okay.
Oh.
Nope, that didn't take long.
Not if you click on images.
There's this Obama one is pretty good.
That is kind of funny. Actually. You guys can't. That's actually a thing. Okay, yeah, it gets pretty.
Gets pretty racy, pretty fast.
Yep.
Yep. There's a lot of birds. In fairness,
and it seems like it goes through phases. Like there was birds, and then there was pictures that you would expect if you weren't on Safe Search, and then there was. Did it just stop you?
I add nude, and it says results hidden. To see results, manage your Safe Search settings. Oh, okay.
If you were on a kid account, I'm assuming it wouldn't give you that option.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess that's possible. But again, that assumes that I am managing the kid's account properly. Right?
But there's even there's like, you think of Nintendo. Like Nintendo's probably the company that I would say most promotes its parental controls.
Sure.
If that makes sense. People were still using like Nintendo DS's browser back in the day to look at stuff. Like people are going to find a way. It's going to happen.